to get well? This was the question that Jesus asked a paralytic who had lived in this place for 38 years. It was known as the Pool of Bethesda in the city of Jerusalem. In the first century, a small crowd of sick people lived here. They believed that eventually an angel would stir up the waters of the tank, and the first one that entered would be healed. Jesus then, passing by, finds a paralytic and asks him if he wanted to be healed. At first, the question seems absurd or even offensive. Isn't it obvious that any sick person wants to be healed? However, we know that Jesus' questions are never idiot or absurd. Apparently, he was trying to cause him to reflect on his own condition. That man had been there for 38 years, and what happened is that he probably got used to that condition and lost hope that things could ever change or improve. Besides, to be healed would mean leaving the condition of a beggar, depending on other people, and moving on to a new reality of life. He would stop being a victim and would have to write his own story. People who work with homeless people, for example, know that one of the biggest challenges is that these people sometimes simply do not want to change their lives. They got used to the streets. Jesus' question then makes perfect sense. There are many who have become used to their pain, their sin, their suffering, and need to reflect on whether they really want to be healed, whether they believe they can be healed, whether they want to get out of their paralyzed condition to a new reality of life. More than a rhetorical question, Jesus' question takes us out of our comfort zone. Going a little further, we can also reflect on the extent to which we run the risk of getting used to the new situation in which we find ourselves today. Socially isolated, living in virtuality, physically far from each other. At this moment, when we start thinking about a return to the life we had as normal until 3 months ago, we need to reflect on our real condition. When the pandemic started, we didn't have an option. But to get out of it, we will have to face our fears, exercise our faith, and trust the word of Jesus. But first of all, we will have to answer the same question that Jesus asked that paralytic. Do you want to get well?